A revelation, a shattering connection forged between Johann and Richard Braun. Dieter's fading memory, a fragile thread, pulls Tenma into the dark labyrinth of 511 Kinderheim, unveiling a chilling link to Johann's shrouded past. The weight of justice presses down upon Tenma. A tempest rages within him, a desperate struggle between clearing his name and crossing the abyss into Johann's darkness. Can he remain tethered to morality when vengeance beckons? Desperation, a relentless tide consumes Tenma. He can no longer stand idly by as shadows dance around him. The shackles of investigation are cast aside, and he plunges headlong into a perilous pursuit, his path stained with the inkling of violence. A beacon of unwavering righteousness shines within Tenma. He is a lone warrior, bound by an unyielding oath to right the wrongs that have been inflicted upon him. Justice, his guiding star, fuels his relentless pursuit of truth. A seed of doubt takes root in Gillen's mind. He senses a dissonance, a veiled purpose behind Tenma's relentless pursuit. A tremor of suspicion ripples through him as he grapples with the enigma that surrounds his former colleague. Tenma stands alone, a solitary figure adrift in a sea of despair. He clings to the fragile lifeline offered by strangers like Otto, his vulnerability laid bare as the relentless pursuit of justice tears at the very fabric of his being. A turning point dawns upon Tenma. The passive observer is cast aside, and a man of action emerges, seizing control of his destiny. His journey takes a sharp turn, fueled by a burning desire to confront Johann Hedden. A veil of deception shrouds Tenma's quest for truth. His pursuit is marred by Johann's intricate web of manipulation, casting shadows of doubt and uncertainty upon every step he takes. A sense of impending doom hangs heavy in the air. Tenma's pursuit of Johann spirals into a dangerous labyrinth, where every turn reveals a new threat and danger lurks around every corner. Gillen watches with growing alarm as Tenma teeters on the precipice. He senses a darkness consuming his former colleague, the spectre of violence casting its ominous shadow over his pursuit of justice. In the depths of despair, Tenma finds solace in fleeting connections. His longing for human warmth and support shines through as he seeks refuge from the relentless torment of his past. The tide turns with the arrival of Lunge, a shadow from the BKA, who throws Tenma's investigation into disarray. A new force enters the fray, adding another layer of complexity and intrigue. Tenma's resolve hardens, fueled by an unwavering determination to expose Johann's true identity and bring him to justice. The weight of his past drives him forward as he embarks on a perilous journey to reclaim his honor. The moral compass within Tenma wavers as he grapples with the increasingly perilous path he has chosen. The lines between right and wrong blur, leaving him questioning the very nature of his actions. A storm gathers on the horizon, foreshadowing a catastrophic turning point in Tenma's journey. The tension mounts and the air crackles with anticipation as he edges closer to the heart of the darkness that consumes him. A chilling revelation. Inspector Lunge, consumed by his relentless pursuit of justice, unveils the depths of his obsession, a twisted method of investigation that delves into the very heart of a criminal's mind. This is no ordinary detective. He walks in their shoes, inhabiting their thoughts and actions, blurring the lines between hunter and prey, a thread unraveling, connecting past events with Lunge's present mission. He zeroes in on Dr. Tenma, a name that echoes through the corridors of Dusseldorf University, where their paths once crossed. The weight of history presses down as Lunge unearths a connection between these two men, a link forged in the crucible of time. A whisper of doubt, a seed of suspicion planted in Lunge's mind. Johann Liebert emerges, a phantom from the past, his name linked to an odor that chills Lunge to the bone. A web of deceit begins to spin, its threads pulling Lunge deeper into a labyrinth of intrigue. Lunge peers into the soul of Dr. Tenma, seeking truth within the labyrinth of his character. A gnawing sense of unease takes hold as Lunge grapples with conflicting truths, his conviction shaken by the possibility that Tenma might be a man falsely accused. A heart torn between certainty and doubt, Lunge's unwavering belief in Tenma's innocence battles against a mounting tide of suspicion. The shadow of Johann Liebert looms large, fueling Lunge's internal conflict as he wrestles with the chilling reality that truth may lie beyond his grasp. The truth, a phantom finally revealed. Lunge's investigation takes a dramatic turn as Johann Liebert steps out of the shadows, his name synonymous with death and destruction. A chilling realization dawns upon Lunge: the true killer has been hiding in plain sight. The walls close in on Lunge as he realizes the true scope of the conspiracy. He unravels a web of deceit that stretches far beyond the initial case, his own investigation caught in the crosshairs. Lunge's mind races, his internal demons mirroring the chaos of the case. He battles with his own doubts and anxieties, searching for clarity amidst a storm of uncertainty. A reckoning awaits. Lunge confronts his own prejudices and biases, forced to question everything he believed. The ground beneath him shifts, revealing a landscape where truth is a fragile illusion. Carl's refusal to discuss Mr. Schubert with Lot reveals a growing disconnect between them, potentially signaling the strain their shared past is placing on their relationship. Lot's suggestion to attend the dance party with Carl hints at her desire for a closer connection, but he dismisses it, further highlighting the emotional distance between them. The exchange about Margot Lange's case unveils Nina's obsessive interest in unsolved murders and her willingness to delve into dangerous territory. Nina's suggestion that Lot might not have personal problems due to her beauty underscores Nina's own insecurities and potential loneliness. Nina's invitation to Lot for the dance party reveals a desire for connection and perhaps an attempt to break free from her isolation. Constantine's unwanted attention towards Nina exposes the potential dangers of her curiosity and her vulnerability within the unfamiliar social setting. Lot's rejection of Constantine's dance invitation underscores her discomfort with the situation and her lack of interest in casual encounters. Nina's observation that Lot is different from how she appears suggests a deeper layer to Lot's personality and her potential hidden anxieties. Carl's insistence on forcing Lot to dance with him despite her resistance reveals a disturbing lack of respect for her boundaries and potentially foreshadows darker actions. Lot's statement about liking Carl and helping him search for his father highlights the emotional complexities of their relationship and reveals her vulnerability. Carl's revelation that he asked Lot to dance with another man exposes a manipulative plan and raises questions about his true intentions. Lot's distress and desperate attempts to escape Carl's unwanted advances foreshadow a potential turning point in her life and a darker chapter in their relationship. The closing scene leaves the audience on a cliffhanger, wondering about Lot's fate and the extent of Carl's manipulation. The overall narrative arc reveals a complex web of deceit, manipulation, and hidden motives, creating suspense and anticipation for the future. The exploration of various unsolved cases sets the stage for a deeper investigation and potentially reveals connections between seemingly disparate events. Johan's icy detachment chills the air. It is a manipulation of family, a violation of love. Every word drips with calculated indifference. Nina, a whisper of familiarity in the wind. Her gaze pierces through Johan's facade, a recognition of his true nature, a promise of retribution. A clash of titans. Tenma and Johan stand poised for battle, their pasts converging in this heart-stopping moment. The air crackles with tension, the silence screams of impending doom. The past returns to haunt us. A spectral echo from the old man's life reveals a connection to Johan, a thread weaving through time, connecting innocence and horror. Guilt, a corrosive poison gnawing at the old man's soul. His actions during the war, a shadow that stretches long into his present, forever stained by the blood of an innocent. A nightmare resurrected. The old man's trauma manifests, a haunting reminder of the innocent life taken, a burden he carries with every breath. The scars of war run deep. Lives shattered, innocence lost, a tapestry woven with pain and sorrow. The old man's story echoes the human cost of conflict. Tenma's steely resolve hardens. He will not yield. The blood spilled by Johan must be avenged, justice will be served. A flicker of humanity in the old man's eyes. Compassion shines through the darkness, a desperate hope for redemption, a willingness to help Tenma on his quest. A shared purpose binds them together, Tenma and the old man united against Johan's tyranny. A fragile alliance forged in the fires of a common goal. Tenma's humanity falters. He reveals his vulnerability, his pain, the burden of confronting Johan, and the agonizing choice he must make. A game of cat and mouse. Tenma's intentions are shrouded in mystery, his presence a beacon in Johan's world, driving the tension to its breaking point. Torn between duty and conscience, Tenma struggles with his decision. The weight of Johan's crimes presses down, demanding justice, yet whispering the possibility of redemption. This exchange reveals Johan's chillingly detached view of life and death, seeing them as mere elements in his twisted game. He speaks with an icy calm, devoid of empathy or remorse, as if orchestrating a macabre symphony of human suffering. Here, Johan's explanation of the game highlights his belief in a preordained fate and his ruthless disregard for human life. He paints a bleak picture where survival is merely a lottery with no room for compassion or mercy. This moment shows Martin's initial naivete, unable to grasp the true horror of Johan's words and actions. He stands on the precipice of understanding, blind to the darkness that swirls around him. Johan's statement reveals his manipulative nature, using Martin's innocence to lure him into his dangerous game. Like a spider spinning its web, he carefully entices Martin with promises of knowledge and power, unaware of the deadly trap that awaits. The conversation on the rooftop marks a turning point for Martin, who begins to suspect the true nature of Johan's intentions. Shadows lengthen and doubt creeps into his mind as he witnesses the chilling reality unfolding before him. This exchange exposes the depths of Johan's manipulation, using Martin's fear and vulnerability against him. Like a master puppeteer, he wields Martin's insecurities, twisting them into instruments of control. Martin's realization that he understands Johan's philosophy is a terrifying moment, hinting at his potential descent into darkness. A chill runs down his spine as he recognizes the seductive power of Johan's twisted worldview. This interaction showcases Johan's power over Martin as he uses coercion and manipulation to draw him into his twisted game. Like a predator stalking its prey, Johan closes in on Martin, tightening his grip with every word. Martin's fear and vulnerability are palpable, highlighting the psychological impact Johan has on him. The weight of Johan's presence crushes Martin's spirit, leaving him trembling on the edge of despair. This line marks a crucial turning point, revealing Martin's growing awareness of Johan's true nature and his own potential for darkness. A seed of rebellion sprouts within him as he begins to resist Johan's influence. The introduction of Johan's supposed impending death by a Japanese man adds a layer of intrigue and foreshadowing to the narrative. A sense of unease hangs in the air, as if fate itself is conspiring against Johan. This moment underscores Martin's conflicting emotions, fear, fascination, and a sense of being drawn into Johan's dark world. He stands at a crossroads, torn between his desire for safety and the allure of Johan's dangerous games. This exchange reveals Johan's detachment and lack of remorse for his actions. He sees death as a simple observation, devoid of emotional weight. Kenzo is torn between his desire to understand Johan's darkness and the unbearable horror of his crimes. The line between investigator and victim blurs, leaving Kenzo haunted by Joachim's parents' pain. A mask of innocence conceals a heart of ice. Johan begins to weave his web, using guile and manipulation to bend situations and people to his will. Johan's eyes pierce through the facade, revealing a chilling understanding of human weakness. He preys upon vulnerabilities, exploiting them with calculated precision. Death is not an end, but a morbid fascination for Johan. His twisted mind revels in the macabre, thirsting for the darkness that lingers on. Words are his weapons. Johan wields literature like a sharpened blade, manipulating symbols and meanings to orchestrate his reality. A gilded cage of charity, Johan uses philanthropy as a tool for control, subtly manipulating those around him with the cloak of good intentions. Seeds of doubt are sown, creating an atmosphere of paranoia. Johan whispers fears into Mr. Schubert's ear, turning trust into vulnerability. A chameleon in the crowd, Johan seamlessly blends into his surroundings, manipulating situations to serve his own sinister agenda. The library, a sanctuary of knowledge, transforms into a stage for darkness. Johan's twisted plan unfolds, casting a shadow over the hallowed halls. His mind, a labyrinth of darkness. Johan's internal monologue reveals his warped worldview, his manipulative intentions laid bare for all to see. As the world descends into darkness, Johan's presence looms large. The shadows deepen, foreshadowing a tragedy that will forever alter the course of their lives. Reveals Johan's manipulation and control over others, showcasing his ability to exploit vulnerability for personal gain. Introduces the Red Hindenburg as a significant player, hinting at a dangerous and potentially criminal underworld. Establishes the Red Hindenburg's role as a manipulator and potential threat, highlighting Johan's connection to her. reveals the Red Hindenburg's past as Margot Langer, highlighting Johann's history of deception and exploitation. Showcases Johann's manipulative tactics and his disregard for human life, revealing his true nature. Deepens Johann's character by exposing his callous indifference to the suffering he causes. Establishes the depth of Johann's manipulation and his willingness to use violence to achieve his goals. Highlights Johann's fearlessness and his psychological mastery over others. Reveals Johann's ruthlessness and his disregard for human life. Further emphasizes Johann's manipulative tendencies and his ability to manipulate even those closest to him. Introduces a new dimension to Johann's character by highlighting his potential vulnerability and the need for control. Exposes the dark underbelly of society and the desperation of those seeking help in dangerous situations. Creates tension and foreshadowing by hinting at potential conflict and violence. Reveals the Doctor's apathy and disregard for human life. Highlights Johann's ability to manipulate situations and people for his own benefit. Kenzo Tenma, a skilled surgeon in Monster, works tirelessly despite his lack of license to treat the marginalized and underserved. This dialogue highlights his unwavering dedication to helping those in need, even at great personal risk. This exchange reveals Tenma's compassion and pragmatism as he prioritizes his patients' well-being despite the legal ramifications of practicing medicine without a license. He walks a tightrope between right and wrong, knowing that each life he saves could cost him everything. This exchange exposes Tenma's internal conflict between his oath as a doctor and the harsh realities of treating undocumented immigrants in an unregulated environment. He sees their pain, but feels the crushing weight of a system that abandons them. This moment marks Tenma's deep understanding of his patient's vulnerability and the consequences of societal apathy towards marginalized individuals. He bears witness to their plight, a silent scream lost in the indifference of the world. This dialogue reveals the tragic circumstances surrounding Tenma's upbringing, setting the stage for his lifelong pursuit of justice and healing. A young boy robbed of innocence, his heart scared by hate, forever driven to mend the broken. This exchange illuminates Tenma's dedication to continuing his father's legacy and fulfilling his duty as a healer. He carries on the torch, a beacon of hope in a world consumed by darkness. This reveals the potential for Tenma's patients to see him as a beacon of hope and healing despite their difficult circumstances. A fragile thread of faith woven through despair, clinging to the promise of solace. This dialogue foreshadows Tenma's struggle to reconcile his idealism with the harsh realities of the world he inhabits. The innocence of his calling clashes with the brutality of existence. This moment highlights Tenma's internal conflict and sense of responsibility towards his patients. The weight of their lives rests upon him, a burden he carries with unwavering resolve. This exchange showcases Tenma's compassion and willingness to help even those who society considers expendable. He sees humanity where others see shadows. This reveals Tenma's moral dilemma as he grapples with the limits of his abilities and the potential consequences of exceeding them. The line between savior and destroyer blurs. This moment marks a turning point in Tenma's journey as he embraces his responsibility and commits to saving the patient despite the risks. He stands defiant against fate, a lone warrior battling for life itself. This dialogue reveals Tenma's unwavering determination and his deep understanding of medical complexities. Knowledge becomes his weapon, a shield against the encroaching darkness. This moment underscores Tenma's skill as a surgeon and his ability to overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. A master craftsman wielding the scalpel, he fights against the relentless tide of death. Introduces a subtle tension between Lunge and Away. While both appear polite, Lunge's directness contrasts with Away's seemingly manipulative charm. Hints at the complex relationship between Tenma and his past, suggesting a deep-seated pain he tries to conceal. Reveals Away's knowledge of Tenma and establishes his connection to both Lunge and Tenma, potentially setting him up as a manipulative force. Highlights the dissonance between Lunge's expectation of a straightforward investigation and the complexities surrounding Tenma's case, revealing the protagonist's hidden layers. Shows Lunge's growing suspicion of Tenma while subtly questioning his own judgment. The unexpected revelation creates a turning point in their interaction. Introduces the element of family history, foreshadowing the potential influence of Tenma's past on his present actions and choices. establishes a deeper sense of isolation for Tenma, revealing a fractured relationship with his family and hinting at the weight of unspoken secrets. Creates a sense of intrigue and foreshadows the involvement of Mr. Schubert, potentially linking him to Tenma's past and the central mystery. Highlights the potential for manipulation within the business world, suggesting that Awai may be using his connections to further his own agenda. Introduces a new element of mystery surrounding the picture book and its significance to both Awai and Lunge, suggesting it holds a key to understanding the case. Reinforces the theme of isolation through Tenma's emotional detachment during a karaoke session, suggesting his struggle to connect with others. Introduces Yamamoto as a potential source of information and reveals his connection to the business world, suggesting further ties to Tenma's past. Suggests a shift in the narrative focus towards Awai and his manipulative tactics, potentially positioning him as a key antagonist. Creates a sense of anticipation and mystery surrounding the true purpose of the picture book and its potential connection to Tenma. Highlights Lunge's unwavering commitment to uncovering the truth despite potential distractions and reveals his growing interest in Tenma's case. Dr. Gillen's confession reveals his unsettling admiration for Johan, acknowledging his monstrous nature yet declaring him a hero. A chilling revelation echoes through the halls of justice as Gillen's answer to Rachwine's hypothetical question lays bare his warped perception of Johan's actions. The words drip with a coldness that leaves you questioning the very fabric of humanity. Rachwine's confrontation with the Lieberts shatters their idyllic reality like glass against pavement. The truth, once buried beneath layers of comforting delusion, explodes into view, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Rachwine's presentation of the Brown Report throws open the Pandora's box of Johan's past, whispers of hidden truths, a labyrinthine web of deceit, and a history more sinister than anyone could have imagined. The report lays bare the tragic truth behind Johan's origins, a carefully orchestrated symphony of manipulation and deceit. A chilling realization: the monster wasn't born, he was crafted. Rachwine, his voice choked with grief, pleads with Tenma, begging him to see the darkness engulfing them. The stakes are life and death, innocence shattered by Johan's twisted game. Tenma, caught in a whirlwind of emotions, recognizes the depths of Rachwine's despair. A mirror reflects his own torment, revealing the profound scars left by Johan's relentless pursuit. Rachwine's desperation bleeds into his voice, his hope dwindling with each passing moment. The monster's grip tightens, leaving him trapped in a nightmare of his own making. Rachwine, fueled by grief and fury, makes a stand against the darkness. His unwavering resolve to confront Johan Hedden marks a turning point in their brutal dance of cat and mouse. The librarian's cryptic words surrounding the picture book cast a long shadow. Is there a deeper connection between this children's tale and Johan's twisted existence? Rachwine's encounter with the picture book unveils another layer of Johan's insidious control. A chilling realization: the monster doesn't just act, he orchestrates. The librarian reads a passage from the book that echoes Johan's journey, a search for identity and power cloaked in a veil of innocence. Reality and fiction blur as we glimpse into the monster's soul. The episode ends on a haunting note, Rachwine's voice filled with dread. He knows the battle ahead is not just physical, but a struggle against an encroaching darkness that threatens to consume everything. A chilling silence hangs in the air as the Doctor, Tenma, utters these words, a stark admission of detachment. His failure to know the boy's name echoes through the sterile room, foreshadowing a profound moral abyss that will swallow him whole. The children's laughter, once innocent and carefree, now curdles into a chilling chorus of malice. Their taunts, dripping with Johan's twisted influence, expose the insidious power he wields over their young minds. Innocence is shattered, replaced by a terrifying puppet show orchestrated by a master manipulator. A lone figure, the psychiatrist, stands as a beacon of warning, his eyes blazing with a dreadful realization. He seeks out Dr. Tenma, not for solace, but for understanding, a desperate attempt to unravel the enigma that is Johan before it consumes them all. The psychiatrist unveils a terrifying truth: Johan, a flawless facade masking a heart of darkness. He manipulates with surgical precision, exploiting the vulnerabilities of those around him. The psychiatrist's words are a chilling prophecy, foretelling a world teetering on the brink of chaos. The psychiatrist lays bare Johan's sinister methods, a puppet master pulling the strings, isolating individuals from their loved ones, driving them to despair. He paints a grim picture of broken lives and shattered souls, victims pawns in Johan's twisted game. A desperate plea echoes through the sterile era call for action before it's too late. The psychiatrist begs for Dr. Tenma's help, aware that only he can stand against Johan's relentless tide of darkness. Richard Brown, consumed by a thirst for power, embraces the chilling moniker Vampire of Bayern. This self-proclaimed title reveals his descent into darkness, a monstrous hunger gnawing at his soul. Richard Brown, caught in Johan's shadow, acknowledges the growing power of this enigmatic adversary. His words reveal a chilling truth: Johan is not simply a threat, but an unstoppable force. Richard Brown's desperate plea for a bigger monster, a champion to challenge Johan's dominance, hints at the pivotal role Dr. Tenma might play in this epic struggle. A young boy, innocent and unaware of the darkness that surrounds him, speaks words that pierce the veil of terror. His simple question reveals a heart untouched by malice, a stark contrast to Johan's sinister intentions. Dr. Tenma, scarred but resolute, vows to continue his fight for life, a beacon of hope amidst the encroaching darkness. He reaffirms his commitment to humanity, refusing to be consumed by the trauma he has endured. Nina's departure, a ripple effect of Johan's influence, reveals his ability to disrupt lives even those seemingly untouched by his dark path. Nina's heartfelt gratitude towards Dr. Tenma shines as a beacon of light in this shadowed world, highlighting the impact of compassion and heroism even in the face of overwhelming darkness. Reveals Johan's chilling self-awareness and lack of remorse for his actions. Highlights Tenma's unwavering determination despite facing Johan's monstrous nature. Expands Tenma's understanding of Johan's psyche as more than just a dangerous killer. Demonstrates the complexity of their relationship, with Tenma grappling with his connection to Johan. Establishes Tenma's unwavering resolve to confront and stop Johan despite the danger. Raises the stakes by highlighting the potential for violence at the seemingly innocuous book donation ceremony. Creates a tense atmosphere of anticipation as Johan's presence casts a shadow over the event. Reveals Tenma's desperation to connect with Johan, seeking understanding amidst the chaos. Introduces a new layer of ambiguity and potential manipulation as Johan appears to control the narrative. Underscores the profound psychological impact Johan has on those around him, even seemingly innocuous individuals. Highlights Tenma's unwavering dedication to his duty as a doctor, willing to risk his life for others. Exposes the complex and conflicting emotions surrounding Johan, as he is both a victim and a perpetrator. Sets up a potential for confrontation between Tenma and Johan, adding to the tension and suspense of the narrative. Reveals the extent of Johan's manipulation, suggesting he is orchestrating events from behind the scenes. Reveals Nina's potential amnesia and foreshadows her connection to Johan. Introduces the story within a story, setting up themes of identity and assimilation. Emphasizes the cyclical nature of the monster's hunger and its influence on others. Explores the consequences of giving power to an entity like the monster, mirroring Tenma's actions. Highlights the boy's internal struggle and eventual succumbing to the monstrous influence. Establishes Johan's desire for a name and connection to his past. Introduces the idea that true identity is elusive and potentially destructive. Suggests Johan's manipulation and control over Nina, blurring her sense of self. Demonstrates Tenma's desperation and growing suspicion about Johan's true nature. Sets up the confrontation between Tenma and Johan, fueled by past events. Reveals Tenma's belief that Schubert holds crucial information about Johan. Creates tension and anticipation by highlighting the uncertainty surrounding Nina's memories. Emphasizes Johan's deliberate attempt to manipulate and control Nina through her vulnerability. Establishes the power imbalance between Tenma and Johan, with Tenma feeling increasingly outmatched. The suicide of Foreign, the fall of Schubert's detective, and Margot Langer's shooting are presented as connected events. This revelation pushes Kenzo to question his reality and the potential link to Johan. It is a shattering crescendo, a symphony of chaos that whispers a chilling truth. These were not isolated tragedies, but threads woven into a sinister tapestry. Kenzo, lost in a labyrinth of doubt, finds himself staring into the abyss, his own sanity threatened by the weight of this revelation. Could everything he knew be a lie? Was Johan the puppet master pulling the strings behind this macabre bullet? Shibuya Kenzo's observation about the deceased man resembling him highlights his growing unease and possible subconscious connection to Johan. This sets the stage for further exploration of their shared past. A mirror held up to Kenzo's face, reflecting a visage that chills him to the bone, a chilling echo of himself in another's eyes. The truth, like a phantom limb, aches with its absence. Was this merely a coincidence or something more sinister? The line between reality and nightmare blurs, leaving Kenzo teetering on the precipice of understanding. Shibuya Nina's question about Johan's whereabouts introduces a new layer of mystery and potential confrontation. It signifies the growing tension and Kenzo's desire to uncover Johan's true intentions. A storm gathers on the horizon. The unspoken questions hang heavy in the air, each breath a whispered plea for answers. Nina's inquiry cuts through the fog, piercing the veil of secrecy that shrouds Johan. The hunt is on. Johan's Georg Schubert's speech emphasizes his public persona as a philanthropic figure. This contrast with his potential involvement in darker events adds an element of deception and complexity to his character. A mask of benevolence, carefully crafted to conceal a truth buried deep within. Schubert weaves his words like a silken trap, luring the unwary into his web of lies. But beneath the surface, darkness stirs, whispering secrets only the perceptive can hear. Shibuya Mahler's confession reveals his plan to assassinate Schubert. This sudden shift in power dynamics highlights the danger surrounding Johan and the potential consequences Kenzo faces. A viper coiled, ready to strike. Mahler's words hang in the air like a death knell, shattering the fragile illusion of peace. The world tilts on its axis, reality itself warping under the weight of this revelation. Kenzo finds himself caught in the crosshairs, his fate intertwined with the tangled threads of destiny. Shibuya Johan's intervention at the ceremony throws everything into chaos, emphasizing his manipulative control over events and willingness to exploit situations for his own ends. The puppet master strikes, pulling the strings of fate with a venomous grin. Johan's arrival is a tempestuous eruption, tearing through the veneer of civility and exposing the raw underbelly of humanity. His motives remain shrouded in mystery, but one thing is clear: chaos reigns supreme in his wake. Schubert's realization that he is Johan's target adds a layer of personal danger to the situation. This underlines the intense and inescapable nature of their conflict. The hunter becomes the hunted, caught in a deadly game where every move is fraught with peril. Schubert's fear is palpable, his world shrinking until it encompasses only the threat posed by Johan. Their destinies are intertwined, locked in an eternal dance of life and death. Johan's deliberate orchestration of the fire highlights his disregard for human life and ability to manipulate situations for his own amusement. This showcases his chillingly calculated nature. A twisted mind at play. Johan revels in the flames, a macabre spectacle playing out before him. He views life as a chessboard, pawns sacrificed at will for his grand design. The fire rages, consuming not just buildings but also hope and innocence. Mahler's internal struggle between killing Schubert and his ethical conscience reveals the complex moral dilemma he faces. This raises questions about loyalty, duty, and the nature of good and evil. Torn between two worlds, Mahler grapples with the weight of his choices. His soul cries out for redemption, but the darkness whispers seductive promises. The battle within him rages on, a microcosm of humanity's eternal struggle against its own shadows. Johan's assertion that he takes lives as his job emphasizes the chilling detachment and ruthlessness he embodies. This reinforces his position as a dangerous force to be reckoned with. A predator unburdened by guilt, a cold-blooded reaper reaping souls for amusement. Johan's words are a chilling declaration of war, a promise of destruction that hangs heavy in the air. He is a force of nature, unstoppable and unforgiving. The chilling repetition of the phrase, yes, gazing at what is known now in this world. Yes, your eyes believe in kindness. Revealing Johan's twisted perception of the world and his manipulation of others. A siren song luring the innocent into a false paradise. Johan spins his web of deceit, twisting reality to fit his own narrative. He preys on weakness, exploiting vulnerabilities with calculated precision. His words are honeyed poison, laced with the allure of salvation and the bitter sting of destruction. A sinister smile plays upon Johann Liebert's lips as he weaves a web of deceit, exploiting the vulnerabilities of those around him with chilling precision. A whisper of shared history hangs heavy in the air between Johann and Kenzo Tenma, a thread connecting them through a past shrouded in mystery and peril. Inspector Heinrich Lunge stands resolute, his gaze burning with an unwavering intensity, vowing to unravel the truth behind Johann's crimes, no matter the cost. Grimmer's past as a shadow operative is revealed, casting a long and ominous shadow over his connection to Johann, hinting at a dangerous alliance forged in secrets. The air crackles with suspicion as deception and manipulation run rampant through post-unification Germany, leaving individuals vulnerable to betrayal and shattered trust. Eva Heinemann emerges from the shadows, her enigmatic presence laced with a profound connection to Johann's past, steering whispers of hidden truths waiting to be unearthed. Johann's chilling legacy unfolds as innocent lives are shattered, leaving behind a trail of despair and broken dreams. In the face of adversity, a shared humanity shines through as seemingly disparate characters find solace and connection in moments of vulnerability. The spectre of loss and grief looms heavy, casting a pall over the hearts of those left behind, foreshadowing the profound pain that awaits them. Johann's web of deceit stretches far beyond national borders, weaving a tapestry of corruption and manipulation that threatens to engulf the world. Glimpses into Johann's past reveal a complex and troubled individual, haunted by memories that continue to shape his present actions. The lines between justice and complicity blur as individuals grapple with their own motivations and the consequences of their choices in the face of Johann's heinous crimes. Fate intertwines as chance encounters set in motion a chain of events that will forever alter the destinies of those caught in Johann's path. The question of identity heavies as individuals struggle to define themselves amidst the chaos and deception surrounding them. Music echoes through Johann's life, a haunting melody that underscores his enigmatic nature and hints at the deeper truths concealed beneath the surface. Reveals Johann's manipulative nature. He uses his knowledge of Tenma's predicament and his thirst for information to draw him out. Introduces Grimmer as a complex character with a hidden agenda. He offers help, but his motives remain unclear. Highlights Grimmer's empathy and understanding of injustice, foreshadowing his role in helping Tenma. Establishes Grimmer's belief in Tenma's innocence, creating a bond based on trust and mutual understanding. Showcases Tenma's guilt and broken spirit, highlighting his psychological trauma after the events in Germany. Reveals Grimmer's personal tragedy, adding depth to his character and motivations for helping Tenma. Reinforces Grimmer's sense of duty and his desire to help those in need. Presents Petrov as a character with secrets and potential ties to Johann, adding a layer of intrigue to Tenma's journey. Uncovers Johann's influence within the political system, hinting at a wider conspiracy. Introduces the dark history of 511 Kinderheim and its connection to Johann's past, revealing a key element in understanding his motivations. Exposes Johann's manipulation of Petrov, suggesting a level of control over even powerful individuals. Provides a glimpse into Johann's mental state and his warped perception of reality, foreshadowing his dangerous actions. Highlights the chilling impact Johann has on those around him, leaving them both vulnerable and complicit. Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay awesome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content. Reveals Tenma's deep-seated guilt and his potential to become consumed by darkness. A chilling realization descends upon Tenma as the weight of his past actions crashes down. He sees in himself the potential for darkness, a monster lurking beneath the surface, threatening to consume him entirely. An echo of a shared past whispers through their memories, connecting Tenma and Johann in a twisted bond forged in the flames of tragedy. A shroud of suspicion envelops Tenma, his every move scrutinized. His motives questioned as the truth behind the fire remains shrouded in doubt. Tenma becomes a focal point of suspicion, his past actions and present demeanor scrutinized as potential clues to a darker truth. He stands accused, trapped in a labyrinth of guilt and paranoia. Mr. Schubert's memory crumbles like the ashes of the library, leaving behind whispers of doubt and a chilling uncertainty about his role in the tragedy. A web of deceit and hidden motives unravels as the investigation deepens. Every clue becomes a potential red herring, every witness a suspect. Johan's manipulation casts a long shadow, his presence felt even in the absence of physical evidence. He is a phantom orchestrating chaos from the shadows. Johan slips through the grasps of justice, his ethereal nature defying comprehension. He is an enigma, a ghost leaving only whispers in his wake. Johan's true identity remains a haunting mystery, a puzzle with pieces scattered across time and space. Who is he? What is his purpose? The answers lie hidden within the shadows. Nina's innocence stands in stark contrast to Tenma's burden of guilt, highlighting the different paths their lives have taken in the wake of the fire. Mr. Schubert's fragile mind crumbles further as he grapples with fragments of a past shrouded in darkness. His connection to Johan remains a tantalizing enigma. A veil of secrecy surrounds Mr. Schubert's past, hinting at a hidden truth that may hold the key to unlocking the fire's mysteries. Lunge's unwavering pursuit of truth drives him deeper into the labyrinthine caves, determined to unravel the truth behind the fire and Johan's role in it. Nina Fortner emerges as a potential link between Tenma and Johan, her story intertwining with the two men's destinies. A yearning so profound it burns through steel. Nina's heart cries out for Tenma, a beacon in the storm of chaos. Driven by this desperate longing, she dares to defy danger, chasing a phantom hope across treacherous terrain. In the face of Nina's turmoil, Dieter stands as an anchor of unwavering support. His every word drips with compassion, a shield against the encroaching darkness. He craves nothing more than her safety, his voice a whisper of solace in a world gone mad. A chilling whisper echoes through the library's hallowed halls. Johan was there. Suspicion like a venomous serpent coils around Tenma, his innocence hanging by a thread. The truth, once distant, now seeps into reality, casting long shadows of doubt. Dieter, a confidant in Nina's darkest hour, lays bare his wisdom, sharing his own insights. He guides her through the labyrinth of deception, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the overwhelming despair. Nina's eyes are open to the abyss that lurks within Johan. The once distant threat now pulsates with a terrifying reality, a predator stalking in the shadows. His sinister nature becomes undeniable, casting a pall of fear over her pursuit. Dieter's belief in Nina's resilience shines through his every word. Despite the darkness engulfing them, he clings to hope, reminding her of her inner strength. His faith is a beacon in the storm, urging her onward. A connection forged in blood. Johan and Karl, bound by a shared past. This revelation plunges them deeper into the heart of darkness, unraveling a tapestry woven with deceit and violence. The line between reality and nightmare blurs. Whispers of a twin shrouded in mystery. Johan's origins become even more enigmatic, hinting at a deeper conspiracy. This revelation throws open Pandora's box, unleashing a torrent of questions and unsettling possibilities. Karl wrestles with his own demons, haunted by the spectre of his father. Fear gnaws at his soul, leaving him vulnerable and lost in a labyrinth of uncertainty. The weight of the unknown threatens to consume him. A haunting question reverberates through their quest: is Johan truly separate or connected to another soul? Could Tenma hold the key to this enigma? The lines blur and reality becomes a shifting landscape. The pursuit of truth carries a heavy price. Every step forward could lead to devastating consequences. Time ticks away like a death knell, its relentless rhythm amplifying the desperation in their hearts. Nina's resolve burns with an unwavering fire. She refuses to back down, her determination fueled by a desperate need for justice and closure. She will find Tenma, even if it means facing hell itself. The storm is brewing, and the confrontation with Johan looms large. This inevitable clash promises to be a battle for the ages, a reckoning that will shake their world to its core. Nina's journey is a testament to the enduring power of love and loss. Her pursuit is driven by an ache in her soul, a desperate need for closure. She will face any horror, any sacrifice to find her way back to Tenma. Johan orchestrates a fire within the library, a symbolic act of destruction mirroring his own internal turmoil and disregard for societal norms. Tenma's initial hesitation to shoot Schubert reveals his internal struggle between his oath as a doctor and the potential need for lethal action. Johan manipulates Tenma's perception of the situation, emphasizing the chaos and highlighting his own detachment from the consequences. Johan's revelation that Tenma should always shoot twice signifies his twisted philosophy on life and death, emphasizing the need for decisiveness even in the face of morality. Tenma's inner conflict intensifies as he grapples with Johan's manipulative teachings and his own capacity for violence. The scene showcases the power dynamic between Johan and Tenma, highlighting Johan's influence over Tenma's thoughts and actions. Johan's manipulation of Tenma leads to the attempted execution of Shubert, marking a pivotal moment in their relationship and setting the stage for further conflict. Johan's escape amidst the chaos reinforces his sense of detachment and power, leaving Tenma grappling with the consequences of his inaction. The locked doors and desperate pleas from those trapped within symbolize Johan's ability to create chaos and exploit vulnerabilities. Johan uses the fire as a symbolic representation of hell, mirroring the destructive nature of his own actions and their impact on others. Johan's revelation that his plan was not merely to become like Tenma, but to create something new, highlights his ambition and desire for control. Johan's past trauma is introduced through fragmented memories, foreshadowing the psychological complexities that shaped his twisted worldview. The discovery of Helenka Novakova's identity as Margot Langer sheds light on Johan's origins and potential connections to his past. The revelation that Kohl is Hans-Georg Schubert's son adds another layer to the complex relationships at play and sets up potential for future conflict. Kenzo, consumed by the suffocating weight of his father's legacy and the shame that clung to him like a shroud, makes a heart-wrenching choice. He abandons the only anchor he has left, his mother, choosing a future shrouded in uncertainty over the warmth of their immediate bond. This shattering revelation peels back layers of Kenzo's mother's past, exposing her struggles as a former Scarlet Woman who fought to claw her way back from the abyss. It unveils the complex tapestry of their relationship, woven with sacrifices and unspoken truths that bind them together. In this chilling exchange, Johan's twisted nature is laid bare, a master manipulator who uses unsuspecting pawns to achieve his sinister goals. The seeds of a dangerous alliance between Johan and Nina are sown, a union that will unleash chaos upon the world. The discovery of this letter unveils Kenzo's mother's haunting longing for connection and her acceptance of Johan as a surrogate child, filling the void left by her lost son. It sheds light on her agonizing journey, a desperate attempt to reconcile with her past and find peace in a world that had turned its back on her. Johan's words drip with venom, preying on Nina's innocence and exploiting her desperate yearning for a haven of peace. He sets the stage for a tragic confrontation, a dance between hope and despair that will ultimately leave hearts shattered. Tenma's anguished plea for to surrender exposes the agonizing moral dilemma he faces. He recognizes the spark of good buried deep within Johan, yet the immense danger he poses threatens to engulf everything in darkness. Nina's unwavering loyalty to Johan underscores her unshakable belief in his goodness, despite the monstrous acts he commits. This blind faith foreshadows her tragic fate, a soul tethered to darkness, destined to fall alongside him. The confrontation between Johan and Tenma explodes with raw emotion, amplifying the moral conflict that simmers beneath the surface. It exposes the deep wounds inflicted by past trauma and the agonizing struggle to define right from wrong. Nina's final act plunges her into darkness, fueled by Johan's manipulation and her own desperate yearning for connection. This tragic descent marks a turning point in the narrative, a shift from moral exploration to an unrelenting pursuit of justice. The burning library stands as a chilling symbol of destruction, both physical and emotional. It represents Tenma's shattered hopes for redemption and the escalating inferno engulfing Johan's soul. The chaotic scene at the library reveals a desperate struggle for survival amidst the flames of chaos. It exposes the fragility of life and the devastating ripple effects of Johan's relentless pursuit of destruction. The stark contrast between Kenzo's yearning for normalcy and Johan's relentless descent into darkness underscores the tragic consequences of their intertwined destinies, a cruel symphony of hope and despair. Johan's chilling gaze pierces through your soul, revealing a bottomless abyss of indifference. His unwavering resolve leaves an ominous premonition: the world is teetering on the precipice of chaos, and Johan stands poised to unleash his full fury. This exchange reveals Kenzo's mother's love for her son, a love that transcends the pain she has endured. It also shows her profound understanding of Johan, accepting him as a part of her son's life, a connection forged in the crucible of their shared past.